All right, guys are pumped up. It's a big week for us. We're packed up. We're heading to do a western swing. We're going to head out to Saskatchewan, Canada, meet Corey McLaughlin at Highland Outfitters. His main guy, Devin Charette, we've been hunting with him a bit, so we've set this up. We got a big gang going out, myself and the crew here. My cousin Keith McKay is going to be joining us. My cousin Kurt Hambley. My father's going to be up here with us. Boone Barton from Higdon Outdoors is going to be flying into Saskatoon. We'll be picking him up. Kurt Stewart from Emerging Media Productions he's flying in there too. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, and we're looking forward to it. Shooting a lot of different species out there. We'll be after the specks, the rosses, the snows, ducks, cranes, geese, you name it. So we're looking forward to that. We're full of geese up here right now, but that's about it. So it's going to be nice to get away, get some mixed bags, variety of birds going. So this isn't our first trip out west either. We were out there last year, had freelanced it, had a great week out there, shot 500-600 birds. And I tell you, it tests you out there. You get used to your homegrown hunting, 40-acre cuts, 100-acre cuts. We rolled into a couple fields down there, and they're a better plus of 700-800 acres. So a little bit different hunting. You got to adapt a bit, but we caught on pretty fast. Like I said, we freelanced it down there, so got to meet a lot of farmers, built some pretty interesting blinds to hunt up. Things worked out well. There was a lot of birds around, and that's what we're showing you this week. Higdon Outdoors Television starts now. We flew a red-eye into Alberta, arrived late, and we had a lot of work ahead of us. John and Ben shipped us out a bunch of decoys to the wholesale sports out there. They were there ready for pickup, so we got in, rented some trucks, trailers, had a lot of decoys to put together. It was about a 2-hour drive to where we were setting up camp, so a lot of hustle and bustle to get going, but we were in there, landed safe, had our decoys in hand, and it wasn't long we were out scouting for the first field.
Long, hard journey when someone's left behind. Every rest stop, every road sign, she's at the back of your mind. Pulling out of the driveway, shake the rearview mirror. Saw you staring back at me. You came perfectly clear. Shotgun, baby, slide on over, sit right next to me. Pull out a map and pick a place now, honey. Where I'm going is where you should always be. Riding shotgun with me.
Biggest thing for us was adapting to the size of these fields. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous when we first got there. We're a couple hours into our first scouting mission, and we hadn't seen a bird, but the guys were reassured us that you got to put your time in, you find them, and it's so flat, you can see for so far. But we started pounding that pavement, and all of a sudden you can see birds working at a field, couple concessions over. Do your homework, you find your way over there, and there they are. So talked to the farmer, and first bird of choice was going to be ducks for us, which is not hard to talk us into doing that. We don't see a lot of ducks this early in the year. So we found a grain field holding a pile of ducks, and it was X marks the spot for the morning. Throw it now, boy, throw it now. I'm on him. Good shooting.
Yep.
Okay, boys, throw it. Throw it, throw it. Okay, boys, throw it.
There you go. Go ahead.
Throw it now.
These aren't your grandmother's decoys. To prove how tough our Higdon Outdoors foam-filled decoys are, we decided to drill a giant hole straight through the middle of them. And then... Higdon Outdoors foam-filled decoys. Tough, unsinkable, bulletproof.
The mixed bag of birds you're dealing with down there just turns out great as far as time in the field goes. All our early season hunting, there's only Canadas, and our migration's pretty heavy, so a lot of prep time in the mornings, but usually if the hunts work out, you're not out there very long. You can kill your 5 geese each, and if there's no ducks around, you're packing up for the day. Down here, we got into some really good mixed bag hunting. The hunts lasted all throughout the morning. We'd go home, hunt it all afternoon if you weren't bagged out. And it's cool to get out there. You know, you're setting up. You know, you got to pay attention. You know, if the geese aren't liking the mojo, and there's ducks in the area, so we're running the mojo. You know, you got to get out there, get that mojo out. Well, here comes some specks. Got to get the mojo out. Ducks are coming, get that mojo back out. So you know, the guys are working hard, but that's what it's all about. You know, the mixed bag stuff. It's you want to get out there and fill your pile up. You got to make sure you can adjust to the situations as they happen. So we got into some mixed bag hunting, had a blast, and they turned out really well for us too. Kill him.
Who's got him, Kathy?
Shoot him.
Kill the four. Kill him.
In a sport steeped in history and tradition, one company is always looking towards the future. Decoys weren't always unsinkable. Your spread didn't always come to life. With a spirit of innovation and a drive to take waterfowling to the next level, the Higdon family is dedicated to producing the next generation of hunting equipment. Quality, customer service, innovation. That's Higdon Outdoors.
The Specklebelly goose. We don't have any of these in our area, so prior to this, none of us had seen one or even shot at one real life. So we were out scouting and we come across a pea field that had quite a few specklebellies in it. Snows and Canada's mixed in, but it was mainly specks, and guys were pumped. There was a buzz and it happened fast, and we decided to go in and shoot this in the afternoon. The wind was right, the slight hill on the field, so the birds would come down and swing up to our blind and our spread. And you know, the guys were hooping and hollering. They're going to see here, and it's not out of line. These guys are excited. I'm happy for everybody, or was happy for everybody that they got to experience this. And you could just hear it in their voice and see it in their face. You had those big flocks of specks coming up that hill, punching into your decoy spread. Guys were shooting, having a great time, and awesome to be able to have a hunt like this. Like I mentioned, when you're not able to chase these birds around, you can get out for your first time and get into the specks like we did on this hunt.
Look at that shot. Oh, stone.
Yeah. There you go.
Get
There
him.
you go.
Oh, look at this one right here.
Specs down below. Specs down below. What do you think?
Get him there. Get him there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just endless amounts of area to hunt down there. Like I said, you go for so long and you don't see no birds, but you put that time in, and you're usually rewarded for it. We had been hunting grain fields, big, huge, dry grain fields all week, and a lot of pea fields. And we got out in a scout one night and ended up finding this almost somewhat of a small lake, and it was holding a lot of ducks. Talked to the farmer. We were able to get permission to get in there, and it was awesome. There was lots of ducks in there, lots of different species of ducks. We were shooting shovelers, gadwells, blacks, mallards, teal. It was pretty cool. We don't see a lot of those ducks our way. It's usually just puddle jumping mallards. So to get in here, we set up along the bank, and it was just like playing a video game. You put your quarter in and the ducks start to fly, and there was just an endless supply of them. So to hunt all week in these big grain fields, and to finish off our last day on the side of this lake shooting these ducks was a great way to banger and wrap it up, and probably the coolest hunt I was on down there for sure.
Shooting ducks on a lake in the middle of Alberta. Gotta love it. Hunting over deeks and mojos.
Haven't hunted over decoys in a long time. This is good. The perfect setup. Sun's just coming up and there's ducks all over the place. Wow.
Well, it's freezing, the first day of the season. Yeah, when it comes to retrieving, old Duke's on his game. A John boat, a couple of mojos. Shoot, they gon' know that we don't play. Swampy feeling, some duck blind healing. High ball calling them old green heads back home. Keep your heads back, it's gonna get real loud. When that 12 gauge choir sings out a holy song. Somebody say amen, let's give 'em a black water baptism. On a Mississippi flyway. Yeah, that's the way we're raised. Thank God. No sky busting. I don't hear 'em coming. Boys, we bout to dust 'em. They coming in hot. A swampy feeling. Some duck blind healing. High ball calling them old green heads back home. Keep your heads bound. It's gonna get real loud. When that 12 gauge choir sings out a holy song. Well, somebody say amen. Let's give 'em a black water baptism. Drop your chin. Get him. Yeah. Company. Here we go again. Somebody say win. Swampy feeling. Some duck blind healing. High ball calling them old green heads back home. Keep your heads bound. It's gonna get real loud. When that 12 gauge choir sings out a holy song. Somebody say amen. Let's give 'em. Somebody say amen. Let's give 'em a black water baptism. Yeah, a black water baptism. They coming in. Well, somebody say when. Yeah, a black water baptism.
That's all we got time for this week. Hope you enjoyed. Like I mentioned before, if you haven't had the pleasure of getting out and hunting those western provinces, save your money, get your hunting gang together and get out there. It's an experience you don't want to miss. Guys are pumped, 4 days and counting. We'll be hitting our second western swing, so be sure and follow along, www.facebook.com/Higdon Outdoors. You can see how we're doing and follow along the whole way. We have lots to show you when we get back, I'm sure, so stay tuned and we'll see you next time. I'm Corey Cook, host of Higdon Outdoors Television. See you next week.
Ah!